Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Platinum League 4, the GRLCS, Week 3 of the Ruination. I am going to be Asami, along with my good friend, Rector USMC. And,
Hey, everybody.
oh, hey, there he is. And the first game that we have for today is actually going to be between Lamppost Gaming and You Had Me at Poncho. And seems that maybe some kind of play is gonna be trying to be made here. Uh-oh. American Daddy already. Like get Flash on a just taken out. I was gonna say who should be play by play or whatever, but I don't think we could have really discussed it.
Yeah, I was gonna say with the Braum, those early engages can be disgusting, and I would 100% flash on that as well, as we see both Domino and Duckster burning Flash and Ignite to get that first blood taken through and start Pantheon off on a really good note.
Yeah, and not just that. I mean, you get the Pantheon started off on a good note, and to make things even better, everyone gets an assist. So the Lilia's happy, the Lucian's happy, the Braum's like, guys, I'm the one who started it off, okay? Give me all the credit. Duxter helped out, but I'm the main guy.
He said, I am the playmaker this game. And I mean, it's really great to see that too, because Orianna already is going to have a hard time with a Pantheon who wants to play so aggressively. And now starting with an extra longsword just makes it even more painful for her.
Yeah, and as you did mention the Orianna, we should say Lamppost on the blue side, they do have Slappy on the cannon top. Worstlock NA as the Jarvan in the jungle. D. Leroy Orianna mid, and American Daddy and Randy Newman will be playing the Fortune and Nautilus bot side.
Yeah, and over on the red side for You Had Me at Poncho, we have Savage to the B. Up in the top lane on the Dr. Mundo, Domino in the jungle on the Lilia, Duckster in the mid lane on Pantheon, and then, as we see him engage.
Yep, but luckily for Lotus, he does have the nice little dash to just get away, but great engage there by Randy to really get some nice damage out. So more lane prio for them.
Oh yeah, and we are playing with the new and improved Lucian that is allegedly supposed to exist in the bot lane. So there's some changes that have happened to him for his passive. But as you can see right now, like Lucian Braum was a super oppressive lane that could do a lot early, but I think this Nautilus just soaks up a lot of that to just let Misfortune kind of farm it out.
Yep, and Worstlock is in a very interesting spot. Going to flash away, he did get the red buff, but now they're committing to this. Slappy's gonna have to flash away, and now 3 members are low. Worstlock doing his best to get away. The stun will come out, but Worstlock will end up dying. D. Leroy trying to trade something there as well, but Slappy is going to be taken out. because of it, there is going to be the kill for D. Leroy. While, well, bot side, we have a tower dive going successfully, but 3 kills to the 2. I think you take that any day, especially since the Pantheon is now 3-0 instead of the 1-0.
Yeah, and that is absolutely not what you wanted to see, trying to invade early and try to get this Lily off of her game. Really got turned around because they were able to collapse towards red side so quickly and just kind of stop that in its tracks. Luckily, Slappy was able to get that kill back, but burned the flash for it. Now has to TP back to lane as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the kill ends up going over, and it was worse luck who got the kill. Duckster actually just going to straight up just die here, so transfer is complete. Here comes Domino, just wanted some CS, but should
Just wanted to say hi.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah, just want to say hello. Oh wow, that Dark Harvest, huh? Forgot Lily Dark Harvest can do that.
Oh yeah. Lily has really good clear times. I think her and J4 are on this patch about the same in their full clear, but I don't really expect her. I think the main difference is Lilia doesn't really want to be interactive early. She can just kind of full clear and try to get those stacks up, while on the other hand, Jarvan just wants to do a few camps and then see what plays he can make around the map. We can already see him hovering towards that bot side. With first drag now on the map, we do see a Mountain Drake. So looks like both junglers choosing to play towards the bot side of the map right now and possibly try to get this first objective.
Yep, and right to say that there is the Hex Flash and quite a bit of damage going out onto the Mister, but the shield will be up there to keep him safe and sound. But we do see Duxter kind of just hinting that he was gonna head down there if anything funny would have taken place.
Yeah, and for you had me at Poncho, really good part of this is that they have the Mundo in the top lane. He doesn't really need anything. He just goes where he pleases, does what he wants. So they could really prio towards that bot side of the map and getting Lucian ahead, because he is a champion that falls off towards the mid to late game. So he needs kills early to be able to snowball their lane ahead and really move around the map.
Yep. The Leroy gonna end up getting stunned up. He's gonna try his best to get away, but it will be for naught. They take down the Orianna. Shutdown going over to the Lilia. And a pretty nice shutdown, but since they do know that he went straight back up, that will be the first dragon going over to Lamppost Gaming.
Easy change of objectives. Hey, you lose the mid laner and Lilia moves away. Easy Drake for them. And yeah, it didn't. I don't think it mattered which command Orianna tried there. She was going to go down without that flash up. But we really do see Lilia taking the top side of the map now, knowing that we can just split the map at this point and try to farm up.
Yeah, I mean, Domino doing really good job on just knowing where to go. So, since they might have seen the J4 earlier, just knowing he was probably still down there, they're able to get the gank off. Works out pretty well. And then, since they kill him, they just say, look, they're probably on Dragon. Let's just go put the J4 a little bit more behind, especially since he wanted to sacrifice so much just for one measly red buff.
Yeah, that's really the name of the game here, is really how can you try to set somebody behind like that. If you could be able to steal their whole top side. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Great hook there, but we do see the TP immediately coming out from D. Leroy, but he is coming out with actually a great shockwave. That is going to be 2 members going down. Double kill over to the Orianna. Right when I thought that it couldn't go well, it went so perfectly. D. Leroy coming in and saying, don't you worry, boys. Shockwave is here.
That if you want to gank the mid lane, then I'll just gank the bot lane. That was really good matching pressure from the Leroy. Says, fine, you can go ahead and come in with your Grand Starfall. I'll just match you and actually do better with that Shockwave. It's such a meaningful ult that really reset that whole play for Lamppost to be able to capitalize on.
Yeah, and it's, now that I'm thinking about it, it's interesting that, Duxter doesn't decide to head mid first and then, do something to get the teleport out from Orianna before, so then you don't have him matching. So then you can actually go for a play like that and you're not punished. Instead, what ends up happening is gank goes well. They push a little bit more forward, and the second they do, Leroy TPs, punishes, gets a 2 kills, and now you see the shutdown on both the Nautilus and onto the Orient. Could be potentially more if Duxter steps up. This is
The waiting game, right? You don't know. Nautilus might be there. He may not. Randy Newman just trying to make something happen on the map. But I have to commend Lamppost thus far is American Daddy, dies to the play and immediately runs mid to catch the wave and put Orianna in a good position to where there's no gold loss on the map. So they make this counterplay, keep their waves in a good spot so that by the time Orianna walks back up to mid, the waves pushed in is now going to be getting bounced back to her. And the same thing on bot side. So they're able to reset. Oh, the Lilting Lullaby coming out.
Yep, but luckily the flash was up, so it will be just fine. That does mean that the Lullaby will be on the cooldown, and they do know exactly where Domino is, so you do see J4 immediately saying, alright, since you wanted to go for that, I'll just go ahead, take the Herald, and try and do a little more, since, gotta do something. We can't just sit around all day.
Oh yeah, and that's been the great part. Worstlock has been constantly trying to make these cross-map plays and saying, hey, we're just going to trade pressure. And I think that other junglers and different elos really don't see how the split map works, but we're seeing it masterfully done here, where they're just trading objectives, trading prio and lanes to be able to accomplish things around the map.
Yeah, and it looks like Lilia might end up getting collapsed on here, and she definitely will, and now quickly comes out the ultimate. There's the depth charge, there's the rest of the team, and the split map this time does not work. She's immediately taken out, and just great rotation overall by Lamppost there.
100%. And I really do think that Lamppost is playing the map exceptionally well right now. Something itemization-wise that I just kind of realized about 37 CS in here is that Lucian went for the Cole early, which for a champion that we know needs to get a jump start and really kind of pressure the map, it feels kind of bad to say, like, we're basically going to give up this lane and we're just going to go towards the scaling option on a champion that doesn't scale well already. And Misfortune on this patch doesn't have the changes to her R yet, if I recall correctly. But she scales pretty nicely overall in that head-to-head matchup. So it feels an oddity to kind of put yourself behind in that way and say, we're just going to wait a little bit longer to want to do anything.
Yeah, and, not only that, but he's even behind, and, well, okay. Hey, I feel like we've seen this play already. Ooh. Here comes the ultimate, though, but now 3 members are down here. The shockwave will hit only Lotus, and here comes American Daddy. He's trying to get onto the flank, but they're just forced to retreat. Randy Newman is super low. Here comes the teleport from the cannon. You see the damage being dealt out as much as possible, but here comes the immediate TP from Mundo. Slappy will end up killing Lotus Blade. Duxter will end up falling as well, while Slappy is on the run from the Mundo, who just decides to walk away as he pleases, as he knows this fight is over.
Yeah, and Slappy, with no fear whatsoever, says, I'm going to TP and flash into the Slicing Maelstrom to make sure that Lotus Blossom goes down. Just well played altogether. It's almost illegal for Lilia to be able to exist on that part of the map. Lamppost just says, you're not allowed to be here, and takes her out so quickly.
Yeah, and they get the flash out, they get the Lilting Lullaby again, which obviously it does end up costing the Cataclysm. The Orianna ultimate was not what they would have liked, but because they end up walking away and you can see that Poncho is just pushing this more and more, they just go ahead and say, wait a sec, you're subbing up to us? You want to do this? All right, hey, Slappy, show him what's up. And immediately they sent cannon onto him.
Yeah, it was really good play altogether. And now Orianna's sitting, and she was for that last fight, sitting on the Luden's Tempest. And at this point, that makes her so much of a threat. Even on one item, we're seeing how much damage these command attacks and shockwaves are doing to the enemy team that really has no MR to really speak of.
Yeah, and, well, you can see what the plan here is. Here comes the ultimate, but it's blocked by the shield. Perfect shield. Nice fly by Mystic as well. Lilting Lullaby does end up coming out, but it's going to be 2 members going down. The jungler for the support, who had a pretty big bounty on him as well, but because of this, it is going to mean first tower goes over to Lamppost Gaming.
Yeah, you have me at Poncho's really sitting on the back foot for most of these plays. Unluckily, Domino is not finding those angles, those swirl seeds as well, to be able to get off the Lilting Lullaby ahead of time. So instead of it being proactive, we're seeing it being used more reactively to try to save a life, as opposed to being that engage that you want to see. And even for all of the things that Mystic tried to do, it just wasn't enough to slow down American Daddy, who's now sitting on that Kraken Slayer. Can really put out a lot of damage with double up and that ultimate as well.
Yeah, and Randy Newman did a great job on the engage as well to really set up Lamppost. Obviously, he immediately goes in. The shield coming out from Mystic was great. I'm pretty sure it blocked all of the bullet time from American Daddy. The only issue was there was, there was already so much damage going out, so they're just getting doubled up. They're getting the attack speed is just going out, and you take out the support, you get the shutdown, which is nice, but you still have a Lucian who's so far behind the ball, and a Lucian behind is kind of feels bad if you're the Lucian.
Yeah, it's kind of like a ranged minion with some extra stats, sadly, Lucian behind. But, that's a little bit of the problem with You Had Me at Poncho's comp altogether, is that a lot of them want to go in. They want to be attacking and be the aggressors. And when they're on their back foot, like right now...
they didn't even have to do all that. They said there's a Mundo who's forced to pop the ultimate pretty early on. You do see the rest of the rotation coming out. Randy Newman and Worslock NA are both extremely low, so they should back away before one of them dies. And it seems like they will agree to that. So overall, nice job on taking out the the Lilia once again. The poor Fawn not having a great time in the jungle, or really anywhere at this point.
Yeah, she's not having a fun time on the map other than being at the fountain. And that's where Lamppost's comp is really starting to shine. They have so many good Orianna ball delivery systems between the Jarvan and the Kinnan in the top lane, or wherever he goes to choose Nautilus as well. All of them want to go in, and everybody really gets to get maximum value out of the fact that they're going in.
Yep, and well, Domino this time does stay alive, so he should be happy about that. He will end up picking up the kill onto Slappy, so great bait overall by Domino, but it costed him to flash as well. Wow, all Slappy had to do was just slowly approach and just be like, all right, ultimate, come here.
That's what you call a net neutral. But they kind of show their hand, showing Poncho having two laners on the bot side of the map means that that's a free Herald, second one of the game, over to Lamppost. And now with the tempo that they have, they can kind of put that down wherever they like if they choose to really open up the map and take out the mid tier 1. It'll set them up nicely for this next Drake that'll be up in 22 seconds.
Yeah, and I mean, even though they do pick up the kill, as you said, obviously the Herald goes to the side of Lamppost. They'll probably use it to, what I think they'll do is like send Kennen back up to the top lane, let him push for that first tower there, try and make something happen in the mid, and well, they're just gonna go ahead and say, we can just make something happen right here, right now. Duckster barely gonna get away. Here comes a teleport though from Savage, and here's the counter TP. So even though they have a great engage overall, here comes Slappy with the ultimate. Bullet time is big. Slappy actually wasn't even able to go in at first, and I don't even know why. He never even used the slicing maelstrom. So now this is a terrible way for it all to go down, and I really just think it could have been discommunication, because Slappy had both Flash and Slicing Maelstrom, and they still lost. And Shockwave not even used either.
Yeah, there had to be a mix-up of communication. That Tribush is an amazing place for Lamppost to fight in, because they have all these AoE spells that really benefit from that closed space. But as you said, Mundo kind of went where he pleased, stepped forward, and there was nothing that was going to stop You Had Me at Poncho from getting down that damage. The culling did so much work from Lotus Blossom to get that team really chunked out and finish off those kills.
Yeah, and another thing that kind of irks me is that Slappy saw the TP coming in from a mile and a half away and still didn't try to stop him whatsoever. And, maybe he did try to stop him. I could be wrong there, but from our point of view, it looks like he didn't try to stop him. He didn't use the ultimate to stop. And because Savage was able to teleport down, tanked up a lot of damage for his team too, it was not the best time for them. And that is what caused them to lose that team fight around this Inferno Drake that you really want to get these dragons for, and you don't want to be given away.
Oh yeah, and it really slows down the pace of the game. You're adding another 5 minutes to try to get your champions online. We see now that Lotus Blossom has picked up the Kraken Slayer, and looks like he might be going into Collector or maybe a Phantom Dancer based off those two long swords. Either way, but to your point earlier, Savage did have some swag. He was able to TP in there with that passive from Mundo. Nothing was really going to stop him from just walking up to the team, throwing cleavers, and really get in their face. And I think it may have been part of that miscommunication too, right? You have this cleaver slinging maniac coming at you, so it forces you to burn the Cataclysm, the bullet time, your full combo, to try to get him away while his backline is basically untouched at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it is just one fight. Obviously, it's not like the biggest thing to, start panicking over. But, they do end up getting the mid tower, so that should create a little bit more space and actually help them with accelerating the pace of the game to what they want it to be, and not trying to slow it down to where, Lotus ends up becoming a pretty big menace behind Duckster and Mystic.
Oh, 100%. And right now, I mean, you can see him saying, this is the only T1 left on the map. We'll go ahead and make something happen here. Oriana's sitting on her Seraph's Embrace now as well. So you're just seeing more and more of Lamppost come online. And you're right. I don't think one fight changes it because you're still looking at that 2k gold difference. But if you had me at Poncho can keep on working on that miscommunication, causing some chaos with the Dr. Mundo, with the Pantheon, things like this jumping in their face and really allowed them to maximize that damage coming out of Lotus Blossom, then we could see a change. I think that's how they make this happen. Because for all intents and purposes, we see the Gore Drinker on Jarvan. So not super tanky, but can get some damage done. But overall, there's nothing really tanky on their team. So Lotus Blossom should be able to get really good damage down.
Yep, and ultimate does come out from Savage to be, but oh my goodness, so many ultis used on the Mundo. They want this first, or they want this T1 in the top lane, so that will be all outer towers taken out for every single ulti you can imagine for the Mundo.
They said, we're going to take your passive, we're going to lock you down, we're not going to allow you to do anything. And that may be a misstep now to them because they don't have anything to defend this tier 1. And really with Drag coming up in a minute 20, they should have them all back online by that point. But yeah, man, that was definitely some overkill to get the 3-1 or 3-0 Mundo down.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted, I guess they wanted it so that they could maybe try and do a 1-3-1 possibly at some point in time. I doubt that will be the case, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like, get some more breathing room. Make them feel threatened. We could send like Ken into the top lane at some point in time. Now that we have this top tower, whatever this whole thing may be, but it's interesting that is what it is. Smite is down though. But
sometimes it's like in pro play. It's like in pro play, you ask like, where did these grief fights come from? I got bored. I just wanted to see somebody die. And we might see Mystic. Yeah, Mystic has to jump away real quick. Oh.
I mean, look, if everyone knows, if you get bored easy, then you just have to make something, cause some chaos, and that is what is happening here. Mystic is stepping up again, and Mystic is just gonna be taken out. You can have your shield up, my good sir, but it does not change the fact that you will be gone, and that will surrender the third dragon over to Lamppost Gaming.
And Lamppost continues just to play the map well, wait for the misstep, and really just capitalize on these simplistic things. One kill just means, hey, you no longer get to fight this objective. We're going to continue to push forward here in the mid and bot lane. and continue to have this good vision and really choke out You Had Me at Poncho from being able to do anything on the map other than wait for waves to come to them.
Yeah, and well, Savage is wanted to make something happen here. Ultimate already being used. A lot of damage being put out. He fails the flash. It's Tyrus all over. Somehow the jungler goes down for them, and the top laner, and a stopwatch is used as well. But the stopwatch is only a bait. There's another flash being used. Sure, why not? Send out all the flashes. Send out all the chaos and pandemonium. What just transpired?
The map just exploded. Everybody decided I wanted to do something. I'm not even sure where Lilia died. Now we have a Cataclysm coming out.
Yeah. Cataclysm coming out. The fight's never over until it's over. Duckster will get 1 kill, but he will end up passing away as a result. And they end up getting a tower, and they end up getting another tower. I feel like Lilia stepped up and Randy Newman and... No, Randy Newman wasn't even there. It was just Leroy and Worsley that took out the Lilia.
I just love that Slappy said, I don't want to be a part of any of this after the first play, and just stays bot, opens up one of those inhib towers, and says, okay, I'm going to leave now. Whatever wildness was going on in mid is not my concern. That was quite a series of things that transpired there.
Yeah, Shockwave to kill Dominope, I'm guessing is what happened since Shockwave was on a timer for just a small bit. Then, as he's dying, we go down there. We see one successful flash from American Daddy, and we find another one who has not learned from Dyrus after all these years of how to flash over a wall. Now, mind you, it is very difficult, but you know that's one that Savage to be is like, okay, we're not reviewing that one, guys. This game we don't review, please.
It's the worst feeling in the world where you think you have a kill, and you're like, I just have to flash this wall. Done it a million times. And he jumps the wall.
Yeah, Dominope is experiencing the same death that she had last time. She will end up dying. The Leroy ends up using his stopwatch. This time it's a lot better. The fucking holy sh... Okay, Slicing Maelstrom, big. That is what I gathered here. And while there is a very scary Pantheon, it does not matter because Lotus Blossom just does not do enough damage. That's the Baron. That is me forgetting how to use words as well.
It's really easy to forget how to use words when you have that chaotic of a team fight. Between the J4 jumping over the wall into the Catalysm, Domino barely getting out with his life, then turning around just to lose it again. Randy Newman walked past everybody and said, Lotus Blossom, you're not allowed to be a part of this game anymore. And just held him back on the backside of Baron Pit throughout the whole fight until I guess he got bored and let Lotus Blossom run away. But geez, this comp just puts out some damage left and right.
Yeah, and now you can really see the damage output, and not just that, but just how big of a gap there is in the ADC roles. Where you have the Lucian, who's 037, he's doing pretty decent in CS. I won't complain there, but you see the Cole still being held. Collector and Kraken Slayer are fully built, but when you look at the other side, you then see the IE, the Kraken Slayer, and the SS Reaver with 2 extra longswords as well. And well, I thought there was gonna be another kill. I'll be quite honest.
You know, with these teams, you never know when a full mayhem's gonna break out across 3 lanes. But it does look like they're posturing just to maybe siege up a little bit here. They got a wave coming in, using just all 5 mid to really pressure. And there's nothing that really Poncho can do at this point except for hold out, try to wait for somebody to overstep. And we just see another inhib turret go down. And they can just continue to rotate like this around the map, or they can choose to try to pressure in one of these 2 sides. Just saying, no, we'll leave inhibs up. We won't even give you any extra cash.
Yeah, I mean, good call by them to keep the inhibitors up, but they're rotating straight to the bot. It looks like they wanted to potentially get this bot inhibitor. I think they're just saying, if you want to take the dragon, you guys could go ahead and do it, but we might just punish you if you do it. And you can see they're sending 2 people back, but I don't know if even 3 people are
Three?
back, especially when the 3 are not the main damage dealers. Hello?
Oh no.
Yeah, this is not what you want. The Lilia staying for the dragon. She gets the dragon easily, but look at the mayhem that immediately comes out. That is going to be 2 inhibitors taken out, and that is going to be the game, all because of a dragon that wasn't even so point. GG's, and a good game for them to win.
Now that was something to see. They really played Lamppost really played just towards their win condition and just out macroed him the whole time. That was quite the slobber knocker of a game right there.
Yeah, and interesting call at the end of it where you just see you just see them say, all right, we're gonna give you ultimatum. Do you guys want the dragon or you guys want to protect your nexus? And you just see him go, let's just take the dragon. We want to go next. But GG's and a nice win for Lamp. And that'll be the first game for today, as we do have one more game coming to you all very soon. So stick around. We will be right back. And hello, welcome back everybody to the second game for week 3 of the Platinum Ruination Conference. This will be the last game of the day, sadly, but it will be a banger as it is between two undefeated teams. On the blue side being Reign of Kings, and on the red side is Redemption Esports. And you already know this will be a banger when there's an Amumu support with a Morgana support as the counter.
This is
Oh.
going to be quite the game. You see a lot of things that make me go, this is going to be aggressive. And it looks like they're both sitting in a bush waiting to see who will go where.
Yeah, they're both just like, all right, who's taking the bait? Who's gonna do it? The only issue is that they set the bait on opposite sides of one another. So while we have the time, on the blue side, we do have Jack Loves Lamp playing the Aatrox. We have Hastega as a Nocturne in the jungle. We have Renji as the Vel'Koz mid, and Wit and Bad Cop 74 as the Ziggs, and Amumu banned them forever from the GRLCS bot lane.
On the opposite side, we have dumb, not one trick on the Malphite in the top lane, High Ping Hero on the Volibear in the jungle, Avatar playing the Syndra in the mid lane, and the Vayne Morgana in bot with a late invade.
Yep, the late invade and immediately the flash coming out, and that is a great way to use the double Q. They will be able to get the first blood. It will be going over to the Amumu. Renji is trying to force Fargo away, and they will be able to do just that. And Hasega will be happy to stick around, although Banthrash also sticking around.
Oh, the flash.
Yep, and a good old flash of the mastery. And really, if Hasega wanted to, he could have stayed, but just decides to head back before anything other random happens.
Before we turn a good play into a bad play, and that is the new and approved Amumu with now 2 Qs in his kit. You can just see how quickly that could become a danger, and it really feels like, you said ban Reign of Kings bot side for this. I could see the meme of the Curse of the Sad Monkey with the Mega Inferno Bomb already. The damage and destruction that could be.
Yeah, I remember like when people first saw Amumu and they heard his backstory and everything. Everyone's like, "Oh, we just want to hug Amumu. We want to give him hugs. He deserves to be loved." And now, all I see about Amumu is ban him. He deserves no love. Like that is all I've been seeing and hearing about Amumu now because of the double Q.
Oh yeah, and at the beginning of season 10 as well, like he was like super overtuned-ish. Like there was memes of him with just the Sunfire cape, just burning the Baron to death by himself. He has definitely seen a lot more love and hate in season 10 than I can recall recently.
Yeah, I mean, come on, he has the double Q because he wants to give you double the hugs. That's obviously it.
It's only wholesome League of Legends in the chat today. As we do see High Ping Hero wanting to get a little bit of revenge for that start.
Yeah, he was marching down with vengeance. And what he doesn't know is that there is a red buff that is still alive. And he actually, Hasega decided to not go for the red buff there. And because of that, they're even. And, dumb not one trick. Just dealing with the, Aatrox. He has Aatrox things.
Aatrox throws out the Infernal Chains, tries to get a little bit more damage down. He's tried for stuff, but we do see Hastega up there on the top side of the map, doing some nice counter jungling, and also maybe looking for that dive.
Yep, and immediately Banthrash is not enjoying this at all. Like, that is just brutal. Nice condemn, but immediately Fargo is experiencing the same punishment that many have felt with the Amumu changes, and I feel like just single-handedly Bad Cop is kind of saying, yeah, this is my game to take over. Not the ADC, not the MDC, none of that. It's my time to shine. Oh, and Renji saying hello. Barrier, Flash, yeah, that doesn't exist anymore. That's gone as long as you die with it too.
Yeah, and we're already seeing just some of these champions really starting to take on their own. Vel'Koz in the mid lane against Syndra feels like a very skill-based matchup, but as soon as she can close the distance of that Scout of the Week and High Pink Hero being over there on the side ready to come in on it, it's just such easy setup, and one of the reasons I think Syndra, regardless of her solo queue status, is always a viable pick in team play. She just has such easy CC to set up and scales very nicely into the game. But on the bot side, like we were talking about, like Ziggs, Amumu, like Wit and Bad Cop don't, like, Wit doesn't have to play the game. He's basically a PvE champion right now, just throwing bombs and taking out waves, and Bad Cop's almost 1v2ing Fargo and Ban Thresh away from farm.
Yeah, and I mean, that is what you can do when you are, when you are this bot lane. But you can see they're not being punished too hard. Obviously, some of the CS difference being there. If anything, Avatar is with the same CS level as Wit, because Amumu did end up starting with the Relic Shield. He's taken 7, so they're kind of just even here. And, well, they were even until this ended up happening. That is a lot of CC. Wit is taking so much damage. The flash is up on the bear. He will get the stun. He will take out one. And the root will hit Hastega, which means that they are forced to back away. Great use of the flash to CC and take out the Ziggs.
Now that was something right there. And that is the one upside, I didn't mention before, but Fargo is running the cleanse. So you have cleanse plus Black Shield in the bot lane, which really puts them in this really interesting skirmish to where, hey, you can pick one target, I'll just Black Shield it, and then the other one can just kind of hopefully vault away and kind of kite out around this Amumu. It's just basically what we saw how that played out, and then High Pink Hero really coming in and just securing the rest. Overall, though, like comp-wise, if we have a second, if Dumb Not Trick does not... Okay. Wasn't sure if there was going to be
even
more.
Backed? They haven't backed at all. They've just stayed in lane.
This is the Chad top lane that I love to see. Oh no, Paranoia.
Yep, the Paranoia comes out. The Q hits, but unfortunately for Bad Cop, there's not enough. No, there is enough. Hastega with the fadeaway Q will be able to seal the kill there. Dumb Not One Trick is almost solo. He will flash away to keep his ultimate off while World Ender is used. Overall, they get the kill onto the Vayne, and that should be pretty nice for this bot lane.
Bad Cop did so much there. The flash max range Q in the perfect time as the Black Shield went down, and then the second one plus Ignite to secure the kill for Hastega was so great. And
that yeah, the as a good friend of mine always likes to say, the sun is a deadly well, the Ziggs is a dead boy is what I should be singing. Wit kind of just outstayed. Yeah, not much.
Yeah, there was no hospitality left in the bot lane for him, and he'll sadly die for it. But yeah, that life form disintegration ray is the ultimate for Vel'Koz. Is quite the travesty to get caught in. The slow just feels like the same thing as Morgana. I don't care what the tooltip says. It feels like I'm stunned or slowed for an eternity with either of those champions in the game. And Syndra almost died to it. Oh no.
Wow, Dumb Not actually ends up missing with the unstoppable force, so he's gonna be able to get away, and Hastega uses the flash, obviously, but he's just fine. One ultimate for a flash. I think they will be fine with that trade at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I actually think High Pink Hero also ulted, so losing...
Oh, he did, yeah.
The bear went big, and sadly, both of them missed by just such a close margin. But yeah, like you said, a flash for 2 ults, that is a trade I will take every day of the week.
What would have made it even better is if, like, both Hyping and Dumb Not were together, and Renji is just sitting there like, yes, keep on chasing my jungler while I have my life form disintegration ray ready. That would have been the biggest no you moment of all time.
That has to be the most extra ultimate name that I can think of off the top of my head to have. Now Jack is just trading into this.
Yeah. Oh, this is why the paranoia comes through, but they had no idea both of them were around. Dumknot will end up going down, so that will be the refresh. And Jack stays alive.
Oh
He
my.
is not just a world ender, he is the top killer and destroyer of redemption.
Gosh. Now, a friend close to Jack told me that he's a very coin flippy top laner, and it looks like in this game we're hitting heads.
One
Oh
time for
my.
disintegration ray and Avatar's just disintegrated off the map. Wow. Adcop making his presence known.
You know, at the beginning of the game, I didn't know how I felt about Amumu's support. Seems kind of OP right now. Seems like it's getting a lot done for the side of Reign of Kings.
Yeah, Reign of Kings just dominate. And of course you can leave Wit to the bot lane alone. He has the Mega Inferno Bomb, so he's just fine with this. He's gonna stay kind of close with CS, 10 CS down. Obviously not a feels good, but it's not a feels bad either. Especially when here Mumu can help others get around and just do everything.
Oh, but Bad Cop can still get hit by the binding.
He quickly realized this is not what he wants. He has to get out. He's gonna be healed, but he'll be taken out. That is gonna be another a double kill for Fargo. So it is all be days now because Bad Cop quickly realized that wrong bush. My bad.
Wrong neighborhood. Sorry. Thank you, good sir. I will leave now. Sadly, he went back to the fountain the fast way there. But, gosh, the Vayne Morgana combo continues to be so strong here. And
Yeah,
just accomplishing so much through just these missteps.
Yeah, and especially because of the silver bows, obviously, it's gonna do even more with each third attack. So, I mean, you get hit, it's basically like, well, just how much can I survive? 1, 2, oh, I'm dead. She didn't even have to get the third shot off. I just got burned because of a 3-minute root under me and of autos too. That's just how Morgana Vayne life is.
Yeah, and that'll be the interesting thing moving forward here as the game continues to move on and we get towards the team fight piece is how well Vayne's able to stay in the pocket. I usually call her Baby Arms Vayne because of the attack range. She has to really find that safe spot to be able to sit in the pocket and really get a lot of that damage out. So far, between the Morgana bindings and just a giant Volibear being in front of you, there's been that perfect space for her to be able to move around and really maximize that damage. But once Vel'Koz and Aatrox get involved, that's where it'll be interesting at how much Fargo's able to continue to accomplish with either these long-range mages that do so much damage.
Well, Lifeform Disintegration Ray coming out once again, but thankfully there is a nice split that they can do there, but Astega's going to come in. He will take out the Syndra, and that will be gold easily handed over for Renji and for Astega both, I believe.
My gosh. Yeah, and, you know, Hostega's just like, hey, I'm farming wolves, I'm farming Syndra now. Easy change. And, you know, we already see the Vel'Koz sitting on Leandri's Anguish, which is going to do so much damage over time. And as you saw, just chunk Syndra so quickly down that he just says, hey, you can do whatever you want. I know my jungler's right here, so we're going to get the kill either way. It's just a question of who do you die to. I will say interesting... Oh. Sorry, I was going to say interesting enough that Volibear took Electrocute into this matchup. I am not a complete Volibear connoisseur, but I believe that PTA is generally what's ran on him. I could be wrong there.
I believe it's between, I think people like to choose between PTA and between, like, you know, Predator or, what's the other one? Conqueror. I think that's usually what I see people taking. I could be wrong on one of the three, but Electrocute is definitely not one that pops to mind when I think Volley, Scary. Electrocute for Thunder God. Sure?
I mean, thematically, he's really out here, you know, just LARPing. That's the plan.
He's living his best life, okay? Let's not judge him. We're gonna
the
hurt his
man
feelings.
the man is doing things. Now, he is getting out jungle a little bit. We do see Hostega trying to walk into his jungle on the minimap and being forced out really quickly there. But that's really the tale of these two junglers right now because they both act as such big initiators in team fights. With Volibear being behind, it makes it a lot harder. A lot of the cues that Vel'Koz was landing on him in lane, even when he came to stop by, just did so much damage that I think it's going to be hard for him to be the big lightning god jumping in with him in his current state.
Well, Badcop going to be forced to use his ultimate there as more of a disengage, since Wit was being pushed onto both flashes being used along with the ultimate from Vayne, so they will take that. And you know, obviously it's not the well, I guess it could be a lot worse, but Banthrash just quickly realizing what the a lot worse is. Here comes Badcop trying to help out his teammate Renji, even coming over to try and help teleport from them, not one trick, but he cannot see. He's nearsighted. If he just even gets a sniff, he's gonna hit only the one. Okay, well, I thought it was gonna be a lot bigger than that. My apologies. But they take out one. Here comes Jackalop's Lamp. Nice TP to try and help your teammate out, but it's just a double kill for the Malphite. That will be that team fight and a big win to really help Redemption Esports get back into this.
That was something. So many pieces of that looked good. That was a situation of, you know, ending out with a net neutral, forcing Fargo and Banthresh out of lane. But sadly, the overchase just really put it in an odd position with the life form disintegration rate getting one, but then being so out of position at that point that it really had to commit resources to try to keep the play going.
Well, Jackal's Lamp's going right in. He's actually going to be rooted. Here comes the Morgana ultimate. Astega coming in. He's going to help get a shutdown. That is one. Being taken out. Banthrash now forced to use the stopwatch to really help out. World Ender still being used. It will be popped once again. And here comes more. The rest of the team trying to help out for Jackal's Lamp. Now here's a big time ultimate and a huge stun there to win, or a huge knockup by Jackal's Lamp to help out. They're going to actually give the volley a way out to let him live, but that's a big win. And the best part about it, they won that for, well, can we say it was like a 4v5, or can we just say it was mainly Hastega coming in with the save of a lifetime?
You know, Hastega was he was the unsung hero there, but that World Ender got so much work done. Jack loves Lamp, just able to stay in the fight for so long and walk away, you know, nearly unharmed at this point. While Renji is just getting work done in the mid lane, hopefully going to be able to get this tier 1 down.
Yep, and well, all right. I don't know if you have to do that to the poor man. I mean, he had it coming, but come on. Banthresh going right back to where he came from, which is the Nexus.
You know, I think Renji just said, if it's off cooldown, I'm going to use it.
Great stun there, actually. Badcop really helping out. That's an easy kill, and I don't know what Fargo is thinking there. I mean, yikes.
Just he hit him with the Uno reverse card there. I really thought that the E from Vayne was going to hit, but instead, the bandage wrap came out and just spelled doom for poor Vayne.
Yeah, and well, speaking of doom, we're going back to a site that we've seen a few times already, which is Avatar being taken out by Hastega, and Hyping Hero trying to be saved here by Banthresh. The heal comes out, but the burn will be just enough, and once again, so much deaths for just nothing out on the map. What is happening?
I think if you're anybody but Malphite right now, and I might even be wrong there, if you see Renji, you need to walk the other way. You need to just not be in the same screen as him, because he's doing so much damage right now. Sitting on 2 items, I believe he picked up the Banshee's Veil second item, which makes him just even harder to lock down and be able to get within that lethal range of.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the damage he dealt there. Banshee's even popped back up, so he's not going to be stunned. He's not going to be forced to be shoved away or anything, and you can already see they're planning some evil things here for Dumb Not One Trick. And well, here we go. World Ender going to be used immediately. The Unstoppable Force will be used. Randy took a lot. There's the tent. He knows that, yeah, they tried something there, and he was taking a lot. He set up a tent underneath that tower, but they will at least force them away for their first tower, or for their first top tower.
Yeah, it looks like we had some unfortunate timing. Oh.
Yeah, and speaking of unfortunate timing, we already see that it's unfortunate for the Morgana, because Morgana's back to being dead once again. Sorry, my screen is being very, very, very choppy right now, and I have no idea why. I am trying to figure this out, but I did see it, just barely.
You know, and that is the name of the game right now. They just have so much going on. Oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, as you said, there's a lot of things going on around here, and a lot of those things is just death after death after death. It's a triple kill for the tentacle monster from the void. So all hail our Lord and Savior Vel'Koz, who is destroying this game.
Bad Cop said, "No fear, Curse of the Sad Mummy," and Renji just knew, like, my ultimate's off cooldown. It's time to use it again. And turns around and just picks up a triple off of that play. And it should be an easy Baron if Azteca, yeah, they have to juggle aggro a little bit here in order to get it down without any loss of life. Beautiful job. And this really puts them in a position with Jack being where he is, as well as the state of Renji. They can really pull off a 1-3-1 or a 4-1 comp and continue the siege between the two of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can really just see just how strong this team is, or how strong Reign of Kings are, just from the mere fact that they can make these plays where there's 3 people under tower, and next thing you know, Renji's just like, should we limit test? Sure. Jack, can you tank? No. Bad Cop, you want to tank it for us? You do. Bet. And they just take out what, 3 people all at once? That's first of all, that's illegal. Second of all, who hurt Renji? That is my question. Like, if Renji's in this chat, I want to know who hurt you this game, because my goodness.
The man was on a mission. He continues to be on one as he marches just down the bot lane. No cares in the world. Bring 2, bring 3. We'll continue to just burn you down every step of the way. And 2, it looks like he's working on his Cosmic Drive right now. Next back, he should be able to have it. You have bounties on 4 players from Reign of Kings. With this Baron buff, that's going to continue to build up this almost 9k gold lead and a free drag to them. All that Redemption can do at this point in the game is continue to try to scale and play safe and get to a point where they can start to contest in these team fights. But it's so hard when this can happen.
When he has stuff like this happening, the flash coming out from Azteca, he really wants to take out Avatar. You may be Avatar, but you're no last airbender. You're going back to the Shadow Realm. And okay, Life Form Disintegration Ray coming out. Yeah, that's all that is needed. Life Form Disintegration Ray along with Super Mega Inferno Bomb. And here comes the unstoppable ultimate from the bear. But the bear's not scary. The bear's not a threat. The bear is terrified. And he's being chased down. Hastega looking to even get a solo kill on the Hyping Hero. He does have to be just a little careful. Nah, he'll be just fine. That is another kill. Almost a clean wipe. As the only member left is Dumb Not One Trick, who's currently looking like the dog in the burning house, holding the cup of coffee. This is fine, is what he is saying as he's watching everything burn to the ground.
I just love the disparity between the rest of the map and top lane. Jack loves Lamp and Dumb Not One Trick just, playing around this T2 tower while the rest of the map is on fire with members from both sides just continuing to duke it out. Hastega at this point 8-1 with that Stride Breaker. If he gets on you with Insomnia, there is no getting away. There is only one way that you're allowed to move on the map, and that is back to Fountain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, when we saw the team, like, we knew this was what they could potentially do. But we didn't know that this is what they would actually be able to bring out. Like, we thought, bot lane would be a little easier because of the Black Shield. They have the cleanse. A lot of things that could be pretty good. And, yeah, it's kind of felt like, even with all of this ways to stay safe, it hasn't mattered not a single bit because of how Reign of Kings has just been handling and just managing every small misstep. Not mistake, just a misstep. And not even their fault. Like, they're just trying. And they're being punished for trying.
No, it's truly it's kind of like the art of war. Attack them when they're unprepared and appear where they're not expected. That is exactly what Hostega has done with this Nocturne, as well as Renji, just playing so beautifully off of lane priority, as well as just the slow from the life form disintegration ray. He doesn't even need to get the kill with it. He just needs to put down that slow, and Hostega can just come in and clean up every time. So none of their carries are ever able to be safe when you have a dive threat like that on their team.
Yeah, and not only that, but I mean, we saw Renji and Wit even work it out so well with the Mega Inferno Bomb and with the Life Form Disintegration Ray. So, you know, they don't even need the main combo of Hastega and Renji. They just need one of them to work. And one working just means it's a win almost automatically. Well, kind of like this. There's the double kill. They're gonna be able to. No, they're not. They're gonna be able to take out the tentacle monster from the void. That's gonna be one taken out, and yet again, Dumb Knot One Trick's just like, this is fine, everyone. It's a double kill. Dumb Knot is left alive once again, and he's left wondering, guys, where's the backup? Hello. And oh god. Well, yeah, this is just gonna be the clean ace. World Ender gonna be popped. World Ender going to be the world ending for the side of Redemption Esports.
Not One Trick able to save the KDA going forward, but we will see a win from Reign of Kings. Amazingly done. At the beginning of the game, I called the bot lane a meme setup, and I will have to eat those words as we just saw total map domination from the blue side.
Yeah, I mean, really, let's be honest. There's nothing like we thought it would be like this, like a kind of like a meme, but oh my god, like this, this was the most volatile like setup I've ever seen between jungler, mid, support. Like, don't get me wrong, Wit was also a menace with the Mega Inferno Bomb, but oh my goodness, the wombo combos was too much to handle.
It truly was. It was amazing to see, and I mean, this was the 2-0 versus 2-0. So Reign of Kings moving to a 3-0 position in the Platinum Cap League for their division. Looking forward to seeing some more of these games as the weeks progress.
Yep, and you know, better luck to Redemption Esports next week. Hopefully, they can get everything settled out and get the dub come into next week so that they don't have this sour taste in their mouth. But as we said earlier, this was the last game of the day. So tune in, I believe, on Thursday for the next game, next few games. Again, I have been your caster Asami along with our good sir Regdor here.
And
And
thanks everybody for coming by.
yep, we will see you all on Thursday. Bye bye.